I can be wasteful. Like, if something gets to the bottom, I will throw it away. Ketchup. If ketchup gets like that much left, I'm like, blah. She will put the old ketchup with the new ketchup. That way your ketchup's always gross. Toothpaste. I will use it to what I think the average person uses it to. I don't think I should feel muscles trying to get it out. I'm not gonna have an iron on top of it. But she'll do it more. So I know when I'm done with it, I give it to the hobo I married. She cuts it, gets it all out.
All right, one of the really cool things about Big Slick, as you all know, is that we get to invite people that we know in the industry. And this next guy, I became a fan of because my girlfriend was a fan of his comedy on Jimmy Fallon, and she made me go here in Kansas City to watch stand-up, and I went and saw him and just was blown away. Then I watched his special, and then I watched everything I possibly could, and I reached out to him and said, dude, you are so hilarious. How would you like to come to an amazing charity event in Kansas City? And without hesitation, he said yes. And during the show this night at the Sprint Center, I kept going back to him and saying, you sure you're going to do okay? You sure you're going to be... You sure your jokes are good? You sure you're, messing with him. He proceeded to get up and tear the Sprint Center down. I've never seen a crowd rush to give a standing ovation like I did that night. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to my friend, Nate. How do you say his last name again? Nate Bargatze. Enjoy.
This next comedian we're bringing to the stage is one of the hottest comedians there is right now. He's got an amazing Netflix special on right now called The Tennessee Kid. His name is Nate Bargatze. He's here to perform for you right now. Give him a big Kansas City welcome.
Yes. Nice. We got him.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna put this energy pretty late in the show. This is what my energy is. Dustin? Look, thank you for having me here. This is very exciting. Got to play some sports softball. Struck out, but it's just a pretty big yellow ball. And I like to play, I play a lot of sports. I like to golf. And recently I was golfing, and I got done, and I was very hot and gross. So I wanted to change my shirt before I drove. So I'm standing in the trunk of my car in the parking lot. I take my shirt off, and this old man walks up, and he goes, Olivia? He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on. I covered up. I was like, what's that? And he was like, all right, honest mistake. And I was like, that hurts worse than saying Olivia. I don't know who he offended more, me or Olivia. I think we could both have a word with him. I'd love to meet her, though. I tell you, I'd love to see her and be like, all right, I get it. It was an honest mistake. I don't have a good body. That's the message. It's not. You ever wear those Under Armour shirts, those skin tight ones? Like I look better without a shirt on than with that shirt on. It just shows the worst parts of your body. They have like plastic surgery, how they draw markers on you. They should just put you in that shirt and be like, obviously you can see what we're going to go after. We did play softball. I did do some sports growing up. I played baseball, and when I was 13, I was playing baseball. One time I was up to bat, and I got walked. So I take my base, I get to first base, and I turned around, and the catcher was still standing there, and he was holding the ball. He's like staring at me, like he was daring me to run. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm going to go. So I ran, he threw it, over through second base, ball goes in the outfield. I run to third base, the outfield grabs the ball, they overthrow third base. My third base coach is telling me to go home. This is about to be an inside the park home run off a walk. I won't be on Sports Center. This is the biggest play that's ever happened in baseball. I slide, there's a play at the plate, and the umpire then tells us that it was only ball 3. This is exactly true. So, I've got to get up, everybody's got to get up. I got to get my bat right where I left it. I got a bat again. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, immediately strike out. I'm exhausted and just over baseball. Here's what I learned though that day. Here's what I learned. I learned that if you're confident, you can get away with quite a bit. Because no one tried to stop me, and they should have. They knew I wasn't supposed to go. That's why the catcher was holding the ball, because he was like, I don't think he's supposed to be going yet. And then I just run to second. He's like, guess I'm wrong. No one's that dumb. And then he launches it into the outfield, who's barely paying attention. The umpire figures it out, but it's just easier to let me get back to him. No one ever told the parents either. No one ever explained it to them. And they were cheering pretty hard. It's a pretty exciting play to watch. And they just see me slide into home and just stand up and bat again. Like that's just a rule in baseball. And you know what? What's funny too? The year before, I got a legit triple off a walk. So in that moment, I'm like, this is just what I do. You know, like I was like, don't walk me. Like this is my thing. All right. I'm a pretty dumb guy. That's the general. I went to a community college for 1 year, have 0 credits. 0. My loan was like $40. I paid cash. All my classes were outside. We never went inside the building. We would meet at a picnic table outside because our teacher was like, you guys will all be working outside one day. So I've like thought about like if I could time travel, if I could go back in time knowing everything I know now, I don't think you would even hear about it. I think I would just get stuck. I don't know anything. Like I don't think I could. I think if I went back, I don't think I could prove I'm from the future. Like who's the next president? I'm like, just name someone and I'll tell you if I've heard of them or not. But I have no idea. I am married as well. It's fine, you know, you just do it. This is what marriage is. It's just one guy talking and the other's like, I'm gonna get out of here. This is not. My wife, one time we were out on the lake with some of our friends and we were floating around in the water and there was a guy in a boat right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. I didn't know who he was. She didn't have to say anything at all. She was just basically like, are you having fun? Because I would like to put a stop to that, and make you stare at this guy. So I was staring at him, and then I looked at her, and she was staring at him, and I felt like she was staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him to see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her. I mean, we were putting so much pressure on this guy, and Nothing happened. We basically just realized we don't have a boat. But my friends were like, you shouldn't try to fight him. Why didn't you go fight him? I was like, I don't know, because I would have had to swim over to that fight. I don't know how intimidating that is for a guy to see a head in a life jacket floating his way. And then I got to get in the boat. Have you ever tried to climb into a boat from water? It's not aggressive. It takes an hour if no one is in the boat. I would need his help. That's how that fight would start. Oh, thank you. Is this... All right. We fight a lot, my wife and I. If we're gonna fight, she'll give me the silent treatment. And the silent treatment is very common. Everybody knows what it is. And I think you're just born knowing it. I don't think you're taught it. You know, it's just like something that's inside of you. Here's what made me realize that. I was rewatching the movie Sixth Sense. And look, I'm not trying to do a 6-inch joke. This is a 20-year-old movie. I mean, look how old he is now, Haley Joel Osment. It's that many years ago. That's the baby. It's 20 years old. I also have to spoil it for you, but again, it's 20 years old. So if you haven't seen it by now, then I don't know. Well, I don't know what to tell you. But think about when you saw this movie for the first time. None of us knew he was dead, too, by the way, just so you know. And if you haven't seen it, like, that's a pretty big part of it. But for those that have, think about when you saw this movie for the first time, none of us knew he was dead. That was the biggest surprise we've ever seen in a movie. We just thought his wife wasn't talking to him for like a year. That made more sense to us than him possibly being dead. And they don't hide him dying. A guy shoots him with a gun to start the movie. And we watched it for 2 hours, just like, this is what a movie about marriage. This is what marriage is like. Even if you get shot, it's your fault. We have a daughter as well, and when my daughter was to be born, I'm from Nashville, and when she was to be born, we were living in New York, but she was not born in New York. We flew home. She was born in Tennessee. I don't need her growing up thinking she's better than me. So I was like, you start where we start, all right? No one gets a leg up in this family. I love having a kid. Kids have very weird energy. Like their energy is like they want to fight you. They stare at you. They stare at just strangers for so long. And you try to stare back like, I will fight you in front of everybody. And they just look through you like, please, I would love it if you tried. I'm a big chain guy. I go to a lot of chain things. I just like to go to businesses that are doing good everywhere. I'm a big McDonald's fan. I go there quite a bit. And I take my friends, and every time I go in there, they're like, I haven't been here in forever. It's like, don't act like I'm the one keeping them afloat, all right? They're doing real good. So I went in with a buddy of mine, another comedian named Louis J. Gomez. And me and Louis, we go in, we ordered our food at McDonald's, and we sit down at our table. And then Louis went to the bathroom. He left me alone with his food. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play a prank on him. So I grabbed his hamburger, I unwrapped it, I took a bite out of it, and I wrapped it back up and put it back on his tray. That's my big prank, right? Like when he comes back from the bathroom, I'll be like, dude, did they just eat your burger? That's crazy that they're doing that, right? Is that crazy? It's a dumb prank. It's harmless. It should never leave the table. All that should happen is Louis should come back, he should open his burger, and his first reaction should be to look at his best friend who's sitting with him, who also, by the way, dabbles in comedy. And just be like, hey, I just want to run this by you before I unexpectedly go freak out on this entire McDonald's. That's what I thought would go down. Just a little, hey, did you touch my food the only time it's out of my sight? I just want to know before I try to fight a group of people that are going to be pretty confused on why they're fighting. But instead, I got to learn I'm friends with a lunatic and a guy comfortable fighting McDonald's employees because he opened his burger and could not have ignored me quicker. He looked at them so fast, almost like he expected them to do it, like it's happened before. And he's like, again with this. I will fight all of you till I find out who ate my burger. And he gets up, he starts walking towards them. I can't believe it's working. We have gotten so much farther than I'm prepared to get. So I just grabbed him. I go, dude, I ate it. Like, why would you not look at me once to see if I did this? And I get him to sit down, and it's weird. Like, everybody's looking at us. It takes 10 minutes for people to quit filming us with their phones. And it hits me. I'll just sit there. I was like, you're going to get killed one day, man. I was like, let's pretend I'm not here. Let's pretend that someone did eat your burger that worked at this McDonald's. You're just going to go blindly fight him. Not even try to size him up, see what he looks like. Do you really think you could beat up a guy that is apparently pretty confident in himself, that he's making burgers, he's then eating them, and then he's wrapping them up and just sending them out to whoever? You don't think that guy's probably the greatest fighter of all time? I think you're going to walk to the McDonald's counter and be like, who ate my burger? And all the McDonald's employees are going to part ways. They know exactly who you're talking about. And in the very back, you see a guy cracking his neck. He's got his fist in the fryer. Doesn't even know it. Just warming his hands up. All right, that's it for me. Thank you guys for letting me come out, honestly. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh! Unbelievable. Nate Bargatze, everybody. Nate Bargatze.
I can be wasteful. If something gets to the bottom, I will throw it away. Ketchup. If ketchup gets like that much left, I'm like, blech. She will put the old ketchup with the new ketchup. That way your ketchup's always gross. Toothpaste. I will use it to what I think the average person uses it to. I don't think I should feel muscles trying to get it out. I'm not gonna have an iron on top of it. But she'll do it more. So I know when I'm done with it, I give it to the hobo I married. She cuts it, gets it all out. I married an old man from the Depression is who I married. She put Life 360 on my phone. That's so they can track you even when they're not near you. You might not even know you have it on your phone. It's worse than what the government's doing. I would rather the government track me than her. She just calls me, why you at Krispy Kreme donuts? I'm like, look, I'm not gonna live like this, all right? If I want donuts, I'm not gonna lock my phone in a gym locker and go pay cash for donuts. I've done it, but I'm not gonna do it every time. Have you ever been to a Starbucks, like inside, like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front? Like you'll be in the back, they're like, what do you want? You're like, oh, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. Yeah, you know, did you see how everybody looked at me when you said that? I didn't care for that. So how about we do it like a regular, normal business, you know? And you let me do it right in front of you. I've done pretty good during COVID. Because I feel like you could I lost some weight during COVID. You could go two ways. If you wanted to gain weight, this is your time. I mean, everybody's fine with it. You can just do it. But I've been doing all that up until COVID. I've always lived by that rule. So during COVID, I was like, I need to stop. And my neighbor started working out in his driveway. And so he was like, let's work out in my driveway. And, you know, it's hard to make a lot of excuses during COVID. You're like, I'm just so busy. You know, I got a lot of stuff to do today. And he's just out there. So I started doing it with him, and he had a trainer. And I'm not a big fan of working out. Never done it. And I told him, I was like, I just want to do upper body stuff. And they go, all right, well, how about we just do legs every day? That's all it is legs. I think it's a huge conspiracy with trainers that you never actually do your upper body. And when you are doing it, I mean, I asked him, I go, is this upper body? He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, because I'm bending down quite a bit. What I eat that's the main problem. I eat like a child. It's not good. He goes, let's go through like what you had for breakfast, or your whole day of eating. He goes, let's go through yesterday. And in my head, I'm like, well, yesterday's not a good day, you know. Let's pick another day. He goes, go through yesterday. I go, all right. I had donuts in the morning. And he goes, all right. Was it like they were just out or something? I go, no, I drove to it. I drove to it, and he's like, is it on your way? I go, no, I was late to where I was going because of it. He goes, what about late night snacking? And I was like, well, I had Sour Patch Kids last night. He goes, did you watch a movie? I go, no, just regular TV. And ate only, he's like, the little kid bag? I go, no, it was a bag. It was a bag of them. If you saw it without a label and someone said, hand me that bag, they wouldn't be confused on what you were asking. I always have trouble going to sleep, and I swear every doctor, it's like I eat Sour Patch Kids and have soda, and I'm like, what's going on, man? I can't. Dude, at night, my brain just doesn't stop. And you're like, yeah, dude, you can't eat Sour Patch Kids in bed. Maybe that's a problem. I took speech in college. I would ride there with my friends going to a business class or something, whatever you go to. I was like, all right, I'll catch you after speech. And I still say a lot of words wrong. That's what I don't understand. I say poem, which no one ever knows. Poem, like, yeah, P-O-E-M, I go poem. Well, fix that, speech class. What if I want to be a poem writer? What if I have a lot of great poem ideas? And no one takes me serious because I'm like, listen to my poems. My wife, one time we were out on the lake with some of our friends, and we were floating around in the water, and there was a guy in a boat right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. I didn't know who he was. She didn't have to say anything at all. She was just basically like, are you having fun? Because I would like to put a stop to that, and make you stare at this guy. So I was staring at him, and then I looked at her, and she was staring at him, and I felt like she was staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him to see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her. I mean, we were putting so much pressure on this guy, and nothing happened. We basically just realized we don't have a boat. But my friends were like, you shouldn't try to fight him. Why didn't you go fight him? I was like, I don't know, because I would have had to swim over to that fight. I don't know how intimidating that is for a guy to see a head in a life jacket floating his way. And then I got to get in the boat. Have you ever tried to climb into a boat from water? It's not aggressive. It takes an hour if no one is in the boat. I would need his help. That's how that fight would start. Oh, thank you. Oil, I say oil. Super Southern one. Oil. I don't even know how to say it like how to y'all. Oil. O-I-L. Yeah. I go motor oil, like tin full. I mean, Southern Community College, that should be mandatory. Did they fix that? They should write OIL on the board. And I just go, oil. They go, all right, we're going to take care of that, all right? There's a pretty good chance you're going to be working with a lot of that. Silver War, that's how I say it. Instead of civil, I go Silver War. Because, you know, look, that might be on me, all right? I'm not. This old man walks up to me and goes, Olivia? He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on at a car that he does not recognize. None of this is enough to not make him say it. He was like, Olivia? I covered up, and I was like, what's that? And he was like, all right, honest mistake. I was like, God, that hurts worse than saying Olivia. I don't know who he offended more, me or Olivia. I think we could both have a word with him. I'd love to meet her.
Inside a building, that's all you want, you know? One of the last, like, kind of bombs I had, I was doing it. So as comedians, we do a lot of corporate events. And I was doing this corporate event in Tampa, Florida. And it was for this guy. He ran Tampa's electricity or something. I don't know what anybody does. But he invented the electricity in Florida. So, yeah, he's doing real good. He was a very nice guy. He's very generous. Is all his employees. He was raffling off 2 cars. He gave away a bunch of TVs, iPads. I mean, honestly, probably $100,000 worth of gifts he was giving back to his employees. Very nice. Well, I was one of these gifts that he was giving back. So in the middle of giving this stuff away, he stops and goes, all right, got a big surprise for you. Can't believe we got this guy to come here. And he brings me out. I mean, nobody's heard of me at all. I mean, they're all looking at it like, I think I could get this guy to come to my house. I mean, who is? I start doing my act. I do 1 hour. And just 0 laughs. I mean, nothing. And I'm not doing new jokes. I'm doing the greatest hits. I told the iced coffee with milk story 3 times. I kept just doing it. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it one more time. I don't think y'all were listening. People were leaving. The guy that drove me asked someone that left, and he just goes, hey, is the comedy show almost over? And the guy goes, I don't even know what you're talking about. There's a guy giving a speech up there right now, so maybe after that. So we get done, and then the guy comes up. You know, I have to talk to him. And I was like, look, I'm sorry, man. I used to be able to do comedy, and I lost it. You know, it's over. And he was very nice. He goes, no, it's all right. Nothing's your fault. And I was like, all right, I don't know how that's possible. And he goes, well, when you were up there, I remembered that most of my employees do not speak English. And I was like, all right, yeah, they'll do it, you know. Maybe don't hire an English-only speaking comedian. No heads up at all. Not that I could have changed it up, but it just would have been nice to know, you know. All seriousness, though, global warming, we gotta stop it. Or more of it. I don't really know which way we want to go, but it can't stay warmer. I know that. It's got to be one or, you know, something's got to happen. Something can't stay where we're at. So go, I don't know what direction you want me to, just go. Let's use this as a platform for global, guys. I felt like, you know, as a spokesperson for all of Earth, all right? I think I'll give you a message that I don't think no one will give you. And I'm here to say that we're doing fine. So just relax. We're doing great, all right? I did some research. And I was like, let me look at the other planets. Let's see how good they're doing. And I don't want to, I mean, it's unbelievable. They're nowhere right now. I went up to this guy and I was like, hey man, do you guys sell hammocks? And he was like, what's a hammock? And it threw me off enough that I was like, am I saying it wrong? I was like, I think I'm saying it wrong because you know what it is. And I was like, is it hammock with a T? Does that sound right? Like, do you guys sell hammocks? And he was like, we're out of hammocks. We're out of them. It's hammock season. And I left, went to my car, Googled where to buy a hammock. And Google was like, do you mean hammock? I was like, I sure do, Google. Where were you at during all of this? I travel all the time. And if I fly Delta, if I buy a ticket through Delta's system, my name in their system is Nathan. And on my license, my name is Nathaniel. I do not remember making this decision. It's a big deal. You can't just change it. I've tried. I've asked Delta if they could change it, and they're like, we can't change it. And you're like, then I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, you know? If you can't do it, who can do it? I mean, is that why people call senators? Do they do it? I don't know. What you have to do, you have to mail your birth certificate in. Some moms give their children their birth certificates. I've never received mine. I thought I was the proof of my birth. And you got to mail it in. I've never been a big mailing in guy. I've mailed maybe 4 letters my entire life. I just never done it. Stamps make me nervous because I don't know how many you're supposed to put on. Where they're going to be like, you should put 1 more on. And they changed the price of stamps, and that's not in the news, you know. You don't find that out on Twitter. You have to find out from old people. They're the only people that know. They keep up with it. They're like, stamps went up. You're like, okay. All right. Is it $100? Like, they're furious. They're like, is it $100 a stamp? It's 3 more pennies. So I will never go through that process to get my name changed, so I just deal with it. And it gets... my parents are getting older. So my mom, we had her go pick up our daughter recently at a friend's house, and I texted her the address. She drove to the wrong house. So she knocked on the door, another grandmother answered. Well, this is not good. This is like 2 dogs seeing each other through a fence. They're going to be there for a while, you know? So my mom, she knocks on the door. My mom goes, is my granddaughter in there? And that lady goes, I have 3 grandsons, so no solution. Just 2 grandmothers. Just, do you have stuff? I have stuff too. They talked for 30 minutes. It's a wrong door. I had to go get my daughter, then find my mom. I was in San Francisco, and I bet there's a bunch of fun coffee places, and I live in my dumb world that I just want this one little drink. So I go into a Starbucks, and I get to the front, and I was like, I'll take an iced coffee with cream. She goes, with cream? I go with cream. And then she goes, iced coffee with cream? I go, iced coffee with cream. She goes, with cream? I go with cream. And she said it one more time. She said, so iced coffee with cream? And at that point, I should have said, what's going on right now? Where are you at in your head? Because I feel like we're in 2 different places. But I was nervous, and there was people behind me, and I was like, cream or no cream? Honestly, I'll give you $20 if you let me leave right now. I cannot, this is the most I can talk about this. I don't even know what's happening anymore. So I paid. I go stand in line, you know, where you got to wait for your drink. There's like 5 of us waiting for our drinks. So she puts the iced coffee up there first, no cream. And I was like, whatever. I'll just do it myself, you know? Like, I don't like doing it myself, but I was like, all right, I'll just do it. So before I could get it, she's walked back with a can of whipped cream, and she's shaking it. And I'm just looking at it, like, thinking that's someone else's. I'm like, someone's getting whipped cream. That's fun. One of you guys are getting whipped cream? And I look down, and she starts spraying the whipped cream on top of my iced coffee. She just yells out, iced coffee, whipped cream, yells it out. The other 4 people, they turn their back, like they don't want you to accidentally think that's what they ordered. And I'm just left alone, like, that's what you thought I said over there? You don't think I would have said iced coffee with whipped cream? You think I'm just some nut job? It's like, I've had too many problems in this Starbucks, so I'm only going to use the words that I want and no other words. Iced coffee, whipped cream cup. And they didn't have a top for it, so whipped cream, it doesn't sink and become less embarrassing. It moves. It's like a buoy in an ocean that everybody sees. And I'm just walking through the crowd like, this is my favorite drink. I don't know if you guys drink this at all. Is anybody? Nobody does this? I'm surprised. And I walked outside and threw it away and tried again at a different... People always talk to me very easy too, or dumb. Like if I talk to a stranger, I can always feel it. And I think it's my eyes. I have big eyes, you know? And so I just get a lot of like, you still with me, man? And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, man, I'm listening. And he goes, all right, I don't feel like you could be anywhere.
Dumb guy. Just, I think it's pretty obvious. And I think, I've thought about like time travel. Like if I went back in time, knowing everything I know now, I don't think I would make a difference. I don't think you would even hear about it. If I went back to the 20s and I like saw some guy on like an old phone, I'd be like, hey, eventually they have phones you just carry in your pocket. And he'd be like, yeah, how do they do it? It's like, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's like a satellite or something. And they'd be like, what's a satellite? Well, I shouldn't have even brought that up then. I don't know how they're doing it. It's like a round metal dish or something that got to go pretty high in the air. I honestly don't think I could prove I'm from the future. I mean, they would want some proof, you know? Who's the next president? Oh, boy.
Look, I can be wasteful. If something gets to the bottom, I will throw it away. Ketchup. If ketchup gets like that much left, I'm like, blech. She will put the old ketchup with the new ketchup. That way your ketchup's always gross. Toothpaste. I will use it to what I think the average person uses it to. I don't think I should feel muscles trying to get it out. I'm not gonna have an iron on top of it. But she'll do it more. So I know when I'm done with it, I give it to the hobo I married. She cuts it, gets it all out. I married an old man from the Depression is who I married. My wife will tell me that she always says that I don't like the way she talks. And it's not her voice. That'd be a big problem, I think, if it was like, it's your voice. I just hate it. I called her because I was about to take off, and I was like, all right, what time do you guys leave? It was 11:30, and they're still at home. I was like, Laura, I don't know if you even know what an airport is. But if that plane was in our driveway, I don't think you could make it. So, what do you think I wanted to know when I asked that? Is that what you thought the best time you could give me was a time that means nothing to nobody? So a lot of hotels now, they have Chromecast, and you can watch like Netflix in your hotel room. So I get in my room, and I turn it on, and my Chromecast is not working. So I call down to the front desk, and the oldest voice I ever heard answered the phone. This guy was a Civil War survivor. I mean, he was the age where you just go, thank you for your service. And it's like, was in the Army? You're like, probably, man. I mean, there's an age where like they all had to go at that age, so just say it. So I tell him, I go, hey, my Chromecast is not working. And I could have just made up a word. I mean, he's never heard of that. I could have said, my beep bop broke. I mean, he asked if I was staying at that hotel. That's how he goes, are you staying here? I was like, do you think I've called the front desk from a different hotel room? So he goes, look, I don't know what this is, but there's a younger guy here. I'm going to send him up. He'll be able to help you. And I was like, great. So that guy comes up, and he knocks on my door. I open it. He's my dad's age. And I mean, right when I see him, you're like, all right, dude, we don't have to do this. You know, I mean, I know you've heard of it, but if I can't fix it, you're not going to be able to fix it. But he's the generation that still wants to give it a try. So I got to let him in. So he comes in my room, sits on my bed, a little too far back, I thought. I just remember like the back of his calves were touching the bed, and I was like, are your feet dangling? How far back are you going to go? Are you cold? Do you want some covers, man? He gets the remote and just starts pressing all the buttons, and I said, I don't know if that's going to do it. And he goes, let's just keep trying it, though. I go, all right. I'm going to turn the shower on, open a window, let's try everything. You know, let's just see, maybe it turns on. Who knows? Maybe it's all connected. So we can't get it. And he goes, all right. He goes, there's a younger guy. He's about to come to work. And at this point, I'm like, I'm the younger guy, man. I was like, it's all right, dude. I don't need it. And he goes, no, it's a millennial. And I was like, all right, now we're getting somewhere, you know? This is what the millennial does. He was born with technology. He's going to know how to fix this. I was excited. I was like, great. He goes, he comes to work in an hour. I go, wonderful. And let me tell you, you know how quick that millennial fixed it? Well, I'll never know because he just didn't come to work that night. So didn't call in, nothing. And I found out because the old guy called me because he was supposed to fill in for him. He was furious, dude. He hates that millennial. He goes, he never comes to work. He doesn't take it serious. He's got a peanut allergy. And I was like, all right, well, I ended up fixing it myself because it was just unplugged. So that's my fault. I would take her to Chuck E. Cheese all the time. You can go there. They had COVID in '84. So they can't even survive in there. That's what, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is rough. I don't know if you've been there in a while. They look like they're trying to go out of business and they can't. They filed for bankruptcy and they're still open. They called Blockbuster and they're like, how do you get out? We want out. They're updating nothing. That Chucky band is just robotic. I mean, the drummer doesn't even turn on. It just sits like that the whole time. They sell booze to parents now. They just give them buckets of Bud Light. They're drunk in a booth at 9 a.m. And someone drives those kids home. I don't see a bunch of Ubers and Lyfts showing up. We have a daughter now.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like
so it's
inside?
getting,
Like you go inside,
2-year-old
there's like
daughter.
a
It's
big
getting
long
pretty
line,
serious between me and my
you'll
wife
be waiting,
now.
and they try to
And
take your order
it's-
before you're even to the front.
I was living in New
Like, you'll
York.
be in the back,
My
like,
daughter
what
was
do you want?
born.
You're
She's
like,
not born
I would
here,
like
though.
to
We
wait
flew home.
till I
She was
get
born
right
in
in front of
Tennessee.
you.
I didn't want her to be born in New York.
Yeah.
I don't need her growing up
you see everybody
thinking
looked
she's
at me
better
when you
than
said
me.
that. I didn't care for that. So
I was like, you start where we
how
start,
about
all right?
we
No
do
one
it
gets
like
a leg
a
up in
regular
this
normal
family.
business, you know, and you let me do
It was
right in
wild.
front of you.
I remember like going on the way to the
Starbucks is
hospital.
like
I was like telling my
waving
wife, I was
cars
like, look, I
down
don't
on
want
the
to see
street.
anything. All right, it's
Just
gonna
be
be
like, we're
gross.
just trying to get your order
I
started.
wish it was
in
like
case
the
you ever come
50s
here
when
one
they didn't
day.
let men in the hospital. But it's
Have
not.
you ever
Now
been
doctors
to a
are like, you
Starbucks
want to
like
deliver the
inside? Like
baby?
you
Why
go
don't you do
inside and
most
there's
of
like a
it?
big long line.
I didn't take a
waiting,
class.
and they try to take your order.
They just act like I'm the guy that cuts umbilical cords at the
Like you'll be in the
hospital.
back, they're like, what do you want?
I almost
You're
cut the
like,
wrong part.
I'd
Like,
to
you
wait
know, I don't
till
know what
get
it
right in
is.
front of you.
And they're like, that's not right. I was like, well, why don't you do it? You did go to doctor school for this. Why am I doing minor surgery right now? I mean, is it cheaper? If it's not cheaper, I don't want to do it. All right.
I don't read any
Starbucks
book.
is like
I
waving
don't do
cars
that.
down
And
on the street.
And I think that matters.
Just be like,
I
we're just
do
trying to
think
get
that
your order
matters.
started in case you ever come here
Reading,
one day.
I believe, is the key to smart. That's what I've always said.
Have you ever been
And
to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go
I don't do
inside
it,
and there's like a
'cause
big
every
long
book
line,
is just
and you'll
the
be waiting,
most
and they try to
words.
take your order before you're even to the front.
It
Like
doesn't
you'll be in the back,
let
they're
up.
like, what do you want?
I
You're
mean,
like, I would like to
every
wait till I
page
get right in
is
front of
more
you.
work. It's like, what are you talking
you know,
about?
you see everybody looked at me when you said that. I
Put
didn't
some
care for
blank
that.
pages
So,
in there. Let me get my head above
how
water
about
for 2
we do it like a
seconds.
regular normal business, you know? And you let me do it right in front of you. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. Just be like, we're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day.
By adults.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line, and you'll be waiting, and they try to take your order before you're even to the front.
Children, like they
Like you'll be in the back, they're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you.
Everybody.
Yeah, you know, when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that.
Been on a
So,
plane, they just go, all right, everybody.
how about we
Can't have
do it
peanuts
like
today
a
'cause that
regular
loser
normal
kid
business,
right there.
you know? And you let me do it right in front of you.
I mean, they're just
Starbucks is
throwing them
like
on the place
waving
with the
cars
peanuts. I
down
don't
on
know
the
where
Me and
street.
my wife fight a lot, like
Just be like,
normal.
we're just trying to
like
get
normal
your order
fighting.
started in
It's
case
easy
you
to
ever come
fight
here one
when you're
day.
married. I think marriage and prison are the two easiest places
Have you
to
ever
start
been to a
to
Starbucks
fight.
like inside? Like if you go inside,
Everybody's really
there's like a
tense and
big
on
long
edge. You know,
line,
no one remembers
and you'll be
why they
waiting,
got
and
there.
they try to take your order before you're even to the
My wife will
front.
get mad like when I hang out with my
you'll be in the
buddies.
back,
She's
like,
always
what do
like,
you
oh, you
want?
always
You're
have so
like,
much fun with
I
your
would like to
friends.
wait
You
till
always
I get
laugh with
right
them
in
a
front
lot.
of you.
You know, you never laugh that much with me.
You know, when you
It's
see
like, yeah,
everybody
hang
looked
out
at me
with
when you said that,
professional
I didn't care for
comedians.
that. So,
It's a pretty good time, you
how
know?
about
Like,
we do it like a regular
they make
normal
jokes, new
business,
jokes every
you know?
day. She
And you let
doesn't
me do it
make,
right
she
in
doesn't
front
make
of you.
jokes ever.
Starbucks is like
she makes a
waving
lot of
cars
lists.
down
She
on the
does do
street.
lists,
We got in
though.
a fight. We're just trying to get your order
once
started in
over
case you ever
chocolate
come here
milk.
one day.
We didn't talk for 24 hours.
Have you ever been
What
to a
happened is
Starbucks
I
like
brought
inside? Like if you go
chocolate milk
inside
home,
and there's like a big
and
long
she was like,
line,
why did you
and
bring
you'll be
it home?
waiting,
And I
and they
was
try
like,
to
you're
take your
supposed to
order
drink it
before
after
you're
you
even
work
to the
out.
front. Like you'll be in the back, they're like, what do you want?
She
You're
was
like,
like,
I
that's
would
not
like
true.
to
And I
wait
was
till I
like,
get right in
there's a
front of you.
commercial on TV. They probably looked into
you know,
it
when
more
you
than
see
you
everybody
did.
looked at me when you
So
said that. I didn't care for that.
I decided to listen to them.
How
And she said,
about
that's
we
just
do
the
it like a
milk
regular
people
normal
pushing
business,
chocolate milk.
you know?
I was
And you
like,
let me
you
do it
don't
right
know
in front of
what
you.
that statement means.
Starbucks is
You don't know
like
if
waving
there's milk
cars
people.
down on the
I
street.
think chocolate milk's doing
Just be like,
fine.
we're just
I
trying
don't
to
think
get
they're
your order
sitting on
started in case
barrels
you ever
of
come
it.
here one day. And they're like, we got to make up a lie. We got to get
Have
rid
you
of
ever
this chocolate
been
milk. To a Starbucks like inside.
She
Like
went
you
to
go
college,
inside and there's like a big
and I
long
did
line.
not. But
you'd be
she
waiting
did
and
not
they try to
study
take your
chocolate
order
milk.
before
When
you're
is it
even to the
good and
front.
not good for you?
Like
There's
you'd
a
be in
guy
the back, they're like, what do you want? You're like,
you don't
I
want
would like to
technology
wait
all the
till I
time.
get
She
right in
just
front
sits
of you.
there on her iPad. She
Yeah,
must be a
you know, when you
YouTuber,
see everybody looked
which
at
is
me
a
when you said
comedian,
that.
makes me
I didn't care for
furious.
that. So
She watches all these kid
how about
YouTube
we
videos.
do it
and now
like
she
a
makes her
regular
own
normal
videos.
business?
It's just her
You know,
sitting there
and you
going,
let me do it
hey
right
guys,
in front
what's
of you.
going on? Click the links below.
Starbucks is like
subscribe,
waving
leave a
cars
comment.
down on the street.
None of this is anywhere
Just be
but
like,
my
we're just trying to
phone.
get your
I
order
got
started
90
in case
hours
you
of
ever
it.
come
It's
here
not
one
on
day.
YouTube. Me and her mom are the only subscribers.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you
just
go
watches
inside and there's
kids
like a big
playing
long
with
line,
toys, dude. Like,
and you'll
that's
be
what's
waiting,
crazy.
and they try to take your
It's not like
order
a show.
before you're
I'll be
even
fine
to
if
the
she watches
front.
the show. Like you'll be
She
in the
watches
back,
as
you're
a
like, what do
kid
you
that's
want?
like,
You're
hey,
like, I
you
would
don't
like to
have
wait
this
till I
toy?
get right
do.
in front
You
of
wanna
you.
see me open it?
Yeah, you know,
It's
when
got
you see
5
everybody look at me when you
billion
said that, I didn't care for that.
It
So,
looks like we buy her nothing. Like we
how
just show
about
her,
we
like,
do
you
it
watch
like a
a kid have
regular,
fun.
normal
You're never
business,
gonna have fun in this
you know?
house.
And you let me do it right in
She
front
runs
of
everything
you.
because she knows everything.
Starbucks
Like
is
I don't know
waving
any
cars down
stuff.
on the street.
Like I don't know
Just
how
like,
much
we're
money we
trying to
have.
get your order started
Like
in case you ever
could
come
not
here
even
one day.
ballpark it. I don't even know where
Have
it's
you
at.
ever
I
been
don't even know how to
to
get it if I
Starbucks,
had to get
inside?
it.
Like you go inside.
What
and there's
bank
like a
we go
big
to?
long line,
I don't know. Like
and you'll
you
be
know,
waiting, and they try
I
to
can't
take
get
your
robbed
order
because
before you're even
like
to the
some guys
front.
like let's go to the ATM.
Like you'll be in the
it's
back,
like, well, I
like,
guess
what
we
do
gotta
you
wait for
want?
my
You're
wife to
like,
get here.
I would like to wait till I get right
She
in front of
can't.
you.
She can't leave me
Yeah,
because I don't
you know,
like. I
when
wouldn't know how
you
to
see
get
everybody looked
stuff.
at me when you said
know,
that, I didn't care for
like
that,
she can't even
so-
die. She starts dying. I'll die so much faster
How
than her
about we do it like a
because
regular, normal
I don't know what to
business,
do. Like
you
I don't
know?
have to
And you
call
let
her
me do
mom.
it
Be like,
right
hey,
in
did she
front
ever
of
bring
you.
up bank stuff to you at all?
Starbucks
Did you
is
ever
like waving cars
talk
down
about
on
that,
the
or what
street.
does she do for a living?
Just be like,
Do you
we're just
know?
trying to get your order
order started in case you ever
What was
come here
her
one
deal?
day.
My dad too. My dad has surgery.
Have you ever
8
been
times a
to
year,
a Starbucks like inside? If you go inside and there's like a big long line, and you'll be waiting, and they try to take
He
your
had
order
surgery
before you're even
because
to
he
the
was addicted
front.
to Afrin, the nose
Like you'll be in the
spray.
back, they're like, "What do you want?" You're like, "I would like to wait
Look,
till I
I've
get
been
right in
addicted
front
to
of you."
Afrin, the nose spray. If you don't know what it is, I would honestly tell you not to get involved.
I didn't care for that. So
It's one of the best things I've ever been
how
part
about
of.
we do it like a regular
Solves
normal
everything
business,
immediately.
you know? And you let me do it right in
When
front
I was
of
on
you.
it too, my wife was just
Starbucks
she'd be
is like
"What's that
waving
noise
cars
here?
down
One
on the
puff?
street.
What's that?" I go, "Hey,
Just
go
like, we're
look
just trying to
this."
get your order started in case you
I
ever
ain't
come
worked
here
this
one
hard
day.
not to do effort in my own home.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks
my
like
dad goes to the
inside? Like you go
doctor,
inside and there's like a big
and
long
they were
line.
like, "Do you use
and you'll be
Afrin?"
waiting
And he
and they
goes,
try to
"No."
take your order before you're
And the
even
doctor
to the
was
front.
like, "I can see."
Like you'll be in the
they
back,
use
they're
it.
like,
I
"What do
was
you
just
want?"
saying
You're
that.
like, "I would like to
He goes,
wait
"How long
till I
have you
get
been
right in
using
front
it?"
of you."
My dad said 5 years.
Yeah, you
When
know,
my
when
mom
you
was
see
there,
everybody
she
looked at
goes,
me when you
"How
said
about
that? I didn't care for
45
that.
years?"
So
45 years. The back
how
of the box
about we
says
do
no
it like
more
a
than
regular
3
Doctors
days.
are so unimpressed with
You know,
birth.
and you let me
The big
do it right in
message
front of
they
you.
tell you, they're like, all right, whatever you
Starbucks
do,
is like
let's just try not to
waving
shake
cars
this
down on the
baby.
street.
That's
Just
the
like,
number
we're
one
just
goal.
trying to get your order
And they
started
tell
in
it to
case
you
you ever
almost
come
like,
here one
obviously,
day.
you're going to want to shake the baby. But it would be just
Have you
so
ever
awesome
been
if you just
to a
did not
Starbucks
shake
like
this
inside?
baby.
Like you go inside
And then
there's
I
like a
watched
big
a
long
video
line,
of a guy, and he
you'll
was like,
be
here's what I
waiting, and they
do
try to
when I
take
feel
your
like I want to
order
shake my
before you're
baby.
even to the
I take
front.
walks, you
Like
know?
you'll be in the
I
back, they're
walk.
like, "What do you want?" You're like, "I would
I
like to
walk
wait
about
till I
70
get
miles
right
a
in
day.
front
I
of
walk
you."
a lot.
Yeah.
Barely seen
you know,
this
when
baby.
you see everybody looked at me when you said that? I didn't care for
And then
that.
I signed a
So,
certificate like I was in kindergarten
how
that said,
about
all right,
we
I'm not
do
going
it
to shake
like
the
a
baby.
regular
They quit
normal
asking me. I didn't even
business,
think
you
of it
know?
till you
And
guys
let
brought
me
it
do
up.
it right in front of you.
I've never heard the word shake so much in my
Starbucks is like
entire life.
waving cars
Like that's all we
down on
talked
the
about for
street.
3 days. And the
Just
first
like, we're just
night
trying
we
to
got her
get your
home,
order
I
started
remember
in
she was like
case you ever
crying for
come
like
here one
6
day.
hours. And you're like delirious and confused. And I was like with
Have
my
you ever
wife, I was
been
like, wait,
to
we're
a
supposed to
Starbucks
shake
like
this baby.
inside? Like you go inside,
like,
there's like a
you
big
and your
long
spouse,
line,
and you guys
you'll
are
be
not
waiting,
talking to
and
each
they try
other.
to take your order
And
before you're
you
even
in
to
the
the
house
front
together.
Like
No
you'll be in the
kids,
back,
the
they're like,
house
"What do
is
you
quiet.
want?" You're like,
And you
"I
just
would like
stay
to
on
wait
opposite
till I get
ends
right
and
in
you
front of
pass
you."
each other in the hallway.
Yeah, you know, when
That's like
you
the
see everybody
funniest
looked at
part
me
of
when
it,
you
'cause you
said
don't live
that,
in a
I didn't care
mansion,
for
you have
that.
one
So
hallway. And you just didn't
how
time it out
about
right.
we do it
and
like
you just
a
have to
regular
walk by
normal
each other
business,
like
you know?
strangers.
And you let me
You're like,
do it right in
"Excuse
front
me."
of you.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
Starbucks is like waving cars
She'll be
down on the
watching
street.
TV. I'm like, ma'am, are you
Just be
watching
like, we're
this?
just trying
I
to
could
get
tell.
your
I
order
was gonna
started in
change
case you
it
ever
if
come
you
here
weren't
one day.
watching.
It's not good.
Have you ever
That's not
been
good
to a
advice.
Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside
It's
and
not
there's like a
our
big
fault.
long line,
We weren't
and you'll be
prepared for
waiting,
it.
and they try to take
Like
your
women
order
are.
before you're even to
Your
the
whole
front.
life is built
Like you'll be in the back, they're like, "What do you want?" You're like,
Your
"I
marriage.
would like to
Look at
wait
every
till I
toy
get
you
right in
play
front of you."
When you're a baby,
Yeah, you know when
they
you
give
see
you a
everybody looked at me
baby
when you
doll.
said that, I didn't
So
care
they
for
give you a
that.
baby
So
when you're a
how about we do it like a regular normal business?
baby. You don't even
know,
your
and you let
life
me
yet.
do
You're
it
like,
right
"Look,
in
I would
front of
probably
you.
Start figuring this out.
Starbucks is like waving cars down on the
This is where it's
street.
going.
Just be like, "We're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day."
Didn't they give you Barbie and Ken? They live in a little
Have you ever
house
been to a
together.
Starbucks like inside?
And
Like
that
you go
is where
inside
learn
and there's like a
how to
big
make
long
drama.
line,
You
and you'll be
get-
waiting, and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. Like you'll be in the back, they're like, "What do you want?" You're like, "I would like to wait till I get right in front of you." Yeah, you know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't
Then
care
you
for
would
that.
play
So
house, like you would, like, fake
how
vacuum.
about we do it like a regular
Fake
normal
vacuum with your
business,
friends.
you know? And you let me
That
do
was
it right in
awesome.
front of you. Starbucks
That's
is
what
like
when I see my
waving
wife
cars
vacuum
down
out,
on the
like she's
street.
living her
Just be
childhood
like, "We're just trying to
Pants
get
of a
your
real,
order started in case
real
you ever
fat
come here one
cat.
day."
People point it out. You know,
Have you ever been to a
They walk
Starbucks
in,
like
they're like, "Man, that
inside? Like
cat's
you go
fat."
inside and there's like a big long
and it feels
line,
rude,
and
you
you'll
know.
be waiting,
Like
and they try
he
to
doesn't
take your
speak English,
order
but we
before
do,
you're
so
even
maybe
to the
don't say
front.
that.
Like you'll be in the back, they're like, "What do you want?" You're like,
And they're just,
"I would
you
like to
know,
wait
they're like,
till I
"What are
get
y'all
right
feeding
in
this
front of
cat?"
you."
You're like, "Oh, whatever you feed a
Yeah,
cat,
you
dude.
know, when you
I don't
see
like
everybody
normal
looked at me when
cat
you said
food
that, I
stuff.
didn't care for
We
that.
pour a bowl,
So
and then they're like, "Well, y'all should do
how
something." Like,
about
what do you
we
think
do
we're
it
not
like a
doing?
regular, normal business?
Do you think he has
You
a
know?
gym
And you let me
membership
do
and we
it
don't
right in
drive
front of
him
you.
to the the gym.
Starbucks is like waving
He's a
cars
cat.
down on
That's
the
his
street.
gym membership. He's a
We're trying
cat.
to get your order started.
I
in
watched
case
him
you ever
jump
come
from
here
the
one day.
ground on top of the refrigerator. That's like if I
Have you
jumped on
ever
top of a
been
school
to a
bus from
Starbucks,
the
like,
ground.
inside?
If I
Like, you
did
go
that, you're not
inside
going to be
and
like,
there's
well,
a
you
big
still
long
could
line,
lose a little
and
bit,
you'll be
you know?
waiting, and they try to take your
Just keep
order
doing what
before
you're doing.
you
I
get
also
to
feel
the
this
front.
is,
like you're being in the back. Like, what do you want? You're like,
you know,
like to wait till I get right in front of you.
And I've got friends.
Yeah, you know, when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So
They sleep with the
how
mask
about
on,
we
'cause they
do
have
it
a
like a
hamster, and the
regular
hamster
normal
probably has
business,
it,
you know?
and they're trying
And
to
let
live
me do
alone.
it right in
It's
front
just
of you.
them and the hamster.
Starbucks
And
is
I
like
also have
waving
friends
cars
that I
down
don't
on
think
the
have even
street.
heard about COVID.
Just be like, we're just trying to get the order started in case you ever come here one day.
It looks like someone told them to try to go get it.
Have you
That's how
ever
they're
been
living.
to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line,
I have a lot of
and you'll
friends,
be
too,
waiting,
that
and they try to
they
take
tell
your
me they already
order
had
before
it.
you're even to the
There's a
front.
big- they're like,
you're
I
being in
had
the back.
a
They're like, what do you
fever.
want? You're like, I would like to
February,
wait till I
had
get
fever
right in
for
front
a
of you.
couple hours, so probably
Yeah,
had
you
it.
know, when you see everybody looked at me when you said that? I
I had one
didn't care
friend
for
who told
that.
me he had it
So-
in 2015.
How about we do it like a regular, normal business? You know, and you let me do it right in front of you.
And it just didn't catch on.
Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. We got Annie. Just been like, Annie was going to get down. She was a hunting dog. Come here one day. She was terrible. And she was bred to be a hunting dog. Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. Like you'll be in the back. Like, what do you want? We had turkeys. I would like to wait till I get right in front of you to go chase these turkeys. You know, when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So. We have a very normal backyard. Do it like a Yellowstone Park. You can see all of it at all times. And you let me do it right in front of you. I like push her out. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. Never sees the turkey. We're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day. Like, you didn't feel anything? Like nothing was going. Like I sensed it. Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you go inside and there's like a big long lap around and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. But I got like you'll be in the back. They're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. It goes off. Yeah, you know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So I have keys on me. How about we do it like a regular, normal business? Thought he was going to say like, you know, and you let me do it right in front of you.
Old people have metal.
Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. We're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day.
Family Feud of what would set a metal detector off.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. Like you're in the back, like, what do you want? On a Saturn note, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. We have our dog. You know, when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. It's a tough thing to do. You know, how about we do it like a regular, normal business? Right now, you know, and you let me do it right in front of you. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. She was like, we're just trying to joke, and she would have loved that joke. So don't even worry about it. That's the type. Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you go inside and there's like a big long line. It's a little darker, and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. I got pushed into a wall. Like you'll be in the back. They're like, "What do you want?" You're like, "And it took. I would like to wait till I get right in front of you." I had a concussion. That's how much I was bringing to the table. You see, everybody looked at me when you said that. I didn't care for that. So I mean, two teachers didn't even. How about we do it like a regular, normal business? He wasn't facing forward, and you let me do it right in front of you. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. So we're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day. My biggest concussion was, have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. Like you'll be in the back. They're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. Yeah, you know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So how about we do it like a regular, normal business, you know, and you let me do it right in front of you. In college, Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. Just been like, we're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day. Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like if you go inside and there's like a big long line and you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. Like you'll be in the back. They're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you.
Me with no shirt on.
Yeah, you know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So
none of this is enough to not make.
How about we do it like a regular, normal business? You know, and you let me do it right in front of you. And he was like, Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. Just been like, we're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day.
I think we could both have a word with him.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you go inside and there's like a big long line, children, and you'll be waiting, and they try to take your order before you're even to the front. A fight breaks out. Like you'll be in the back. They're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. Beside the family. Yeah, you know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So. How about we do it like a regular, normal business? Both rolling around and you let me do it right in front of you. They're in their late 70s. Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street. So they thought, let's just handle it. We're just trying to get your order started in case you ever come here one day. She's on top of him. She punches him. He then punches her. Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you go inside and there's like a big long line. So we got to get them apart and he starts fighting us. And he's a pretty good fighter. All right, he's punching women in public. Like you'll be in the back. They're like, what do you want? You're like, I would like to wait till I get right in front of you. That ends the night. You know when you see everybody looked at me when you said that, I didn't care for that. So how about we do it like a regular,
so my mom, we had her go pick up our daughter recently at a friend's house, and I texted her the address.
Starbucks is like waving cars down on the street.
So she knocked on the door. Another grandmother answered. Well, this is not good. This is like two dogs.
Have you ever been to a Starbucks like inside? Like you go inside and there's like a big long line.
They're going to be there for a while.
And you'll be waiting and they try to take your order before you're even to the front.
My mom goes, is my granddaughter in there?
What do you want? You're like,
and that lady
I would like
goes,
to wait until I get right in front of you.
So
Yeah.
no
You know, when you see
solution.
everybody looked at me when you said that. I
Just
didn't care
two
for
grandmothers.
that. So
Just, do you have stuff? I have
how about
stuff
we
too.
do it like a regular, normal business? You know?
They
Can you
talk
let me
for
do
30
it right in
minutes.
front
It's a
of you?
wrong door.
Starbucks is
I had to
like
go
waving
get my
cars
daughter
down
and
on the
find
street.
my mom.
We're just trying to... I did a show in a prison once. All the way in it. We went in it. There's a few more people than this. We go in, let's say like you guys are like the inmates. So I'm like sitting here, I'm doing my dumb jokes. None of them work. Every joke I have involves being outside in the past 30 years. Like nothing's relatable. I'm like, traffic's crazy. Do you guys remember? Who remembers traffic? An inmate gets up and starts walking towards me. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You know, like I've seen movies, like he's gonna use me to break out. So I don't want to point at him, you know, but I am trying to draw. I'm like, the weather's been like pretty crazy. Should he be walking up like that? Turns out he's just going to the bathrooms. They're right behind me. He's a good guy. I judged him on what he was wearing and where we were at. I travel a lot, obviously, so she'll be at home with our daughter. We have a wonderful daughter, as you have seen. But I know it's hard because she's home and my wife has to be the mom and the dad and the good and the bad parent, you know, and I come home and I'm super fun or I'll mess up the routine. This is just stuff she tells me. And like when I go home, I'll go lay in bed with our daughter and then we get in trouble for talking. I'm not the one talking, by the way, but we get yelled at as if I'm the one talking. I do get it, because I don't think of the consequences with everything. Like we have one dog. I would like another dog. My wife does not want another dog because it's a lot. It's a lot to have two dogs because you gotta open the back door and let two dogs out. So they wanted us to be prepared for it. What they did was like, you know, you always hand out flyers if a kid goes missing. They put a picture of the kid and all the information below the flyer. So the height, weight, eye color, all that stuff. So instead of making a flyer, what they made us do was we wrote on a piece of paper our name, height, weight, eye color, and then we just held it up against a wall, and they just took a picture of us. We already have one made, which if we would have been kidnapped, my parents would be in prison right now. No one's going to believe you pre-took pictures. I mean, they're going to just look at this and be like, all right, just tell us where the kids are at. That would be the easiest thing to do. I've never seen this ever. I tried to... I'm always like trying to lose weight. I had a thing that happened that I do. It was like, I got to get it together. I go to the trunk of my car and I take my shirt off, standing there, no shirt. And this old man walks up and goes, Olivia? I had to turn, I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, sorry, honest mistake. And I was like, I don't know. He was looking for his elderly wife and saw me with no shirt on and thought that could be Olivia. At a car that he does not recognize. I don't know who he disrespected more, me or Olivia, to be honest. I mean, we could both have a word with him. That whole year, I don't have credits because I had to take all remedial classes, which remedial is basically they're classes for someone my age now trying to go back to school because they don't remember school. And I took them right out of school. They were like, you don't remember school? I was like, I just came from school. And they go, it looks like you've never heard about it. Everybody in there was like 50. I'm like, well, who's the teacher? I think you have to tell me if I ask, who's the teacher? And I've realized how lazy I am by watching football. I was watching a game, and I got up to go get something to drink, and right when I got up, one team kicked off the other team. And before I could get back, the guy ran a 100-yard kickoff return, and I missed it. So that guy ran 100 yards before I could get 3 to maybe 4 yards. He also had 11 people really trying not to let him run 100 yards. I didn't even have an ottoman. It was wide open. I've done pretty good during COVID. Because I feel like you could I lost some weight during COVID. You could go two ways. If you wanted to gain weight, this is your time. I mean, everybody's fine with it. You can just do it. But I've been doing all that up until COVID. I've always lived by that rule. So during COVID, I was like, I need to stop. And my neighbor started working out in his driveway. And so he was like, let's work out in my driveway. And, you know, it's hard to make a lot of excuses during COVID. You're like, I'm just so busy. You know, I got a lot of stuff to do today. And he's just out there. So I started doing it with him, and he had a trainer. And I'm not a big fan of working out. Never done it. And I told him, I was like, I just want to do upper body stuff. And they go, all right, well, how about we just do legs every day? That's all it is legs. I think it's a huge conspiracy with trainers that you never actually do your upper body. And when you are doing it, I mean, I asked him, I go, is this upper body? He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, because I'm bending down quite a bit. What I eat that's the main problem. I eat like a child. It's not good. He goes, let's go through like what you had for breakfast, or your whole day of eating. He goes, let's go through yesterday. And in my head, I'm like, well, yesterday's not a good day, you know. Let's pick another day. He goes, go through yesterday. I go, all right. I had donuts in the morning. And he goes, all right. Was it like they were just out or something? I go, no, I drove to it. I drove to it, and he's like, is it on your way? I go, no, I was late to where I was going because of it. He goes, what about late night snacking? And I was like, well, I had Sour Patch Kids last night. He goes, did you watch a movie? I go, no, just regular TV. And ate only, he's like, the little kid bag? I go, no, it was a bag. It was a bag of them. If you saw it without a label and someone said, hand me that bag, they wouldn't be confused on what you were asking. I always have trouble going to sleep, and I swear every doctor, it's like I eat Sour Patch Kids and have soda, and I'm like, what's going on, man? I can't. Dude, at night, my brain just doesn't stop. And you're like, yeah, dude, you can't eat Sour Patch Kids in bed. Maybe that's a problem. Always talk to me very easy, too, or dumb. Like if I talk to a stranger, I can always feel it. And I think it's my eyes. I have big eyes, you know? And so I just get a lot of like, you still with me, man? And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I mean, I'm listening. And he goes, all right, I don't feel like you could have been anywhere, you know? I went into one, I was trying to buy a hammock. So I go in, I go back to where I imagine the hammocks live. And I went up to this guy and I was like, hey man, do you guys sell hammocks? And he was like, what's a hammock? And it threw me off enough that I was like, am I saying it wrong? I was like, I think I'm saying it wrong, because you know what it is. And I was like, is it Hammett with a T? Does that sound right? Like, do you guys sell hammocks? And he was like, we're out of hammocks. We're out of them. It's hammock season. And I left, went to my car, Googled where to buy a hammock. And Google was like, do you mean hammock? It's like, I sure do, Google. Where were you at during all of this? If you go to Europe, just so you know, it's the most old. It's very old. You think we're old, and you get there, and you're like, good night. What have y'all been doing over here? You just walk around, they're like, that building is from 8. You're like, good golly. Went to Australia as well. Australia is very far away. I'm going to tell you, our Earth is bigger than I thought it was. We flew 16 hours, over 500 miles an hour. Barely made it. Barely. I think we went the wrong way as well. I had jet lag there. I did not mind it, because I woke up early. I woke up at 5:45 a.m., and I don't ever wake up that early. So I was like first in line at the breakfast buffet. Here's what I will tell you. When you get up at 5:45 a.m., noon is pretty far away. By 6 p.m., it's like, how are people out? Why won't the sun go down? Look, the it's getting very advanced. I've been to a dog bakery. I've been to a dog bakery in my life. I went in there, and no one was in there. The lady was looking at me like, are you here to buy this store for me? That was her only hope. She said her and her husband bought the store for their 27-year-old daughter, who graduated from college with a degree. and came out of college and said, I want to own a dog bakery. I want to make cakes for dogs. Which if I asked my 6-year-old what she wants to do when she grows up, I think she'll tell me she wants to make cakes for dogs. And I'm going to tell her that she can do whatever she wants to do, hoping she doesn't turn 27 and go, let's talk about those cakes for those dogs.
We met at Applebee's. And before I ever started comedy, I was a host and she was a server. And someone asked her recently, they said, hey, do you think, did you ever imagine when you started dating that your lives would become all that it's become? And she said, well, when I met him, he was a host, and I didn't think he was smart enough to be a server. So, yeah, we've got a little bit farther than I expected, you know? I told her I want to be a server one day, and she's like, you keep dreaming that dream, all right? I think if you try hard, you can get that menu memorized. So I'm the dreamer of our group. You know, I feel like in a marriage, you have one of you is a dreamer. You know, money's not real. Let's have fun. Let's go do fun stuff as much as we can. And the other person hates fun. And that's how you make a marriage. You can't have two dreamers. You're going to be homeless in an hour. You need someone that just walks around. Is fun happening? I'd like to put a stop to that. Are y'all having fun? Stop it. Is the air conditioner on? Turn it off. I married my dad, is who I married. My dad, who I thought air conditioning cost $100,000 a day to run it. When we would be on car rides, I thought if you turned it on, your car exploded. Like just gas, you were out. We're out immediately. Did someone turn the air conditioner on? My wife's always around, too. I feel just always like near, you know, especially about home. It's like I married a cat that I'm like, you just always on me. If I do if I go to the bathroom, she's like, I'm going to paint the bathroom door while you're in there. You couldn't do it later? No, I had all the time to do it. I thought I'd wait till you went in, and that's when I was going to start. If I eat something she doesn't approve of, she just pops up, man. I mean, I'll try to sneak it. I could eat an Oreo cookie in the attic at 3 a.m., and I would bet my life a light would cut on, and she'd be like, what are you doing up here? And if I questioned it, it was like, what are you doing up here? She's like, I'm always up here. This is when I do my attic stuff. She put Life 360 on my phone. That's so they can track you even when they're not near you. You might not even know you have it on your phone. It's worse than what the government's doing. I would rather the government track me than her. She just calls me, why are you at Krispy Kreme donuts? I'm like, look, I'm not going to live like this, all right? If I want donuts, I'm not going to lock my phone in a gym locker and go pay cash for donuts. I've done it, but I'm not going to do it every time. God forbid I go to a store she has a coupon for. I mean, I'll be walking into the parking lot, just get a call, don't buy anything, I have a coupon. I'm like, do you think I'm going to come home and get that coupon? Is that what you think's about to happen? I'm going to try to pay more now that you called. I don't even know if Target allows that, but I'm going to try to negotiate up on this toothpaste. You better hope they don't ask me to round up. I'm rounding up. I hate coupons so much, and she's addicted to them. She will not let me leave. Like, I got a coupon. I'm like, I just feel so stupid. I'm buying deodorant, and I'm like, I don't have all the money, but I'm almost there. But I do have this coupon. One day, I hope to be able to pay full price. We are saving up as much as we can.
The end of the night comes. Everybody's drunk. Children, adults. It's across the board. Fight breaks out. We hear some of y'all fight. And I mean, you're sitting there. You got a 50-50 shot. It's not your side of the family. We get over there. It's 100% our side. It's my dad's aunt and an uncle, both rolling around on the ground. They're in their late 70s. He wanted to leave. She did not. So they thought, let's just handle it in front of everybody. So we got to get him apart, and he starts fighting us. And he's a pretty good fighter, all right? He's punching women in public. You don't think he's handled some dudes in his lifetime? That ends the night. You know, you can't be like, all right, guys, let's calm. Let's cut the radio back on, find a good station. Tuesday is sadly divorced now. That did not work out. My dad's aunt and uncle, sadly, it did work out. They're still together.
Look, I want to defend all these kids with peanut allergies. I don't think they get defended. They get yelled at by adults. We got a lot of adults addicted to peanuts in this country. And they're furious. I haven't had peanuts in forever. You could take peanuts out of my life, I don't think I would notice. And we just have, adults are yelling at these children like they chose it.
Like when they were born, the doctor goes, hey, do you want to be a nightmare to everybody? Every scenario is life and death. You ever been on a plane? They just announce it. These planes just serve pretzels and be done with it. But they try every flight. If they can't, they just go, all right, everybody, can't have peanuts today because that loser kid right there. And these grown-ups are booing them. I mean, they're just, the reason I'm on the flight is for the peanuts. I don't even know where it's going. The best wedding I've ever been to was my cousin's wedding. It was a real redneck affair. It was right outside Louisville, Kentucky, where my parents are from. And my cousin's name is Tuesday, which is a good start. The invitation said, Tuesday's getting married, rehearsals Friday, wedding Saturday. People were like, we got to be there Monday for this wedding? How long is this wedding? It's a week? We get there, I'm wearing a button-down shirt, khaki pants, nothing crazy. I'm wildly overdressed. I look like I work there. Everybody else just has a football or basketball jersey on. Someone gave me an Under Armour shirt. Do you know those? It's like skin tight. Like it just shows the worst parts of your body. I look better without a shirt on than with that shirt on. You know, like in plastic surgery, how they draw like markers on you and stuff? Like they should just put you in that shirt and be like, obviously you can see where we're going to go after the target areas. I always tell people I got to get back in shape, but I mean, I've never been in shape. So we've been traveling around like crazy, doing all these driving dates that have been super fun. I like traveling. I love being on the road. I remember one time I was in Los Angeles, and I was going to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas the next day, and I had a really early flight. So I remember like the night before, I was like, just be normal and, you know, have a normal night. And ended up hanging out, become a bit of a problem. And I wake up the next day, and my flight is gone. I mean, I've missed it. And it's not like it's at the gate. It is in Austin, Texas. They are checking into their hotel. So I go to get my phone to get another flight, and I've lost my phone. The night before, I lost it. So now I don't have my phone. So I have to go buy a ticket over the counter like it's the 50s. And when you walk up to a counter, they don't expect you to be buying a ticket like that. I got up there, and they were like, all right. And I was like, I would like one ticket to Austin, Texas, please. And they said, all right, go buy it, and don't be weird about it. I go, nope, I'd like to write a check to you for one ticket to Austin, Texas. And they didn't have a flight, so I have to do that at every terminal. I just have to keep going. One ticket to Austin, Texas, please. I finally found a flight, but the girl behind the counter, she's never sold a ticket like that. She's like, I've worked here for 10 years, and no one's ever done this. And she goes, I don't know how to do it. And she went back and got, I mean, probably the oldest lady I've ever seen. I think she's there for just this reason. And she came out, she had like that old credit card machine that you run, and she's like, I got it. This is super fun for me. It was weird to not have my phone. I mean, everybody has their phone. I was going through the airport, and you just don't have it, and you just stare. I mean, we were waiting in line, and you're just like looking ahead, and people are just like, all right, dude, what is wrong with you? I mean, just regular people are like, where's your phone? I'm like, I don't have it. I would like to talk to you, though, if you would talk to me. I'd love to chat for a little bit. I thought I was going to breeze through security, but I got held up just because the guy in front of me. And he goes through the metal detector, and it goes off. And so they asked him, they're like, do you have anything metal on you? And he goes, I have keys on me, my keys. And we thought he was going to say like his knee or hip, just old people have metal in them a lot. And he goes, keys? Do you think that would do it? You're like, I think that would be the number one answer on Family Feud of what would set a metal detector off. Keys. I told him, I was like, look, let's try it with and without it. I'd love to know. Maybe they've been lying to us about this key thing. I'm 41 years old. And when I turned 40 was the first age I did not want to turn. I remember my parents turning 40. It just feels old. And it's also the age that you do realize everybody you're talking to, you are older than. Before you're 40, I think everybody you talk to is your age. And for some reason, when you turn 40, you're just older than that person. I'll just be talking to them like, remember that? It's like 97, 98. They go, I wasn't born yet. You're like, golly, are you serious, dude? In my eyes, we look the same. Where's your dad at? Let me talk to him, because I swear I thought you were my age. One thing I got when I hit my 40s was claustrophobia. Never had it. Actually got it here
on the Simpsons ride, which is what's crazy. I mean, we're 100 yards away from where my life fell apart. I rode that ride with my daughter, and we're sitting on it, and we had another buddy, and he has his 2 girls on, and so we sit there, and they pull the bar down, and the bar, my leg gets stuck in the middle, and it just opened a door that I never knew was there. I mean, it's like a problem. I had to stop the ride. It's super embarrassing to stop a child's ride and just be like, I'm just waving. I'm like, I can't do it. And then they opened the bar and they go, all right, you can do it again. I was like, I'm out, dude. And no one got to ride it because I couldn't ride it. We all had to leave. Ruined it for everybody. And that's claustrophobia. It just kind of ruins everybody's time. It's what's funny, the panic of claustrophobia is pretty funny, though. I mean, it's not funny when it's happened to you, but how quick you go from normal to just an insane person it's all at the same time. So it's all kind of new to me, so I forget I have it. And I'll put myself in a situation and I go, there it is. I got an Uber once with like 7 people. And so we get in, I'll get in the 3rd row trying to be a good guy. And I climb in the back, they put all the seats up, and it just starts hitting me. And I mean, I'm back there, you're like, just trying to be normal, you know, you're not talking. And then you just go, hey, you think you could roll the window down? You know what? Can everybody just get out of the van real fast? We're just driving down the interstate. Hey, could y'all crack the window? Do you mind if I drive the Uber? Do you think I could drive it?
Once I was checking a bag, and the guy behind the counter, he sees my ticket says Nathan, the license says Nathaniel, and he was like, this is not good. He goes, these names don't match. And I was like, but they match, right? Like, you can see the leap that we took to get from one to the other. And he was like, but they're not the same. I was like, but they're the same. And I'm realizing he cannot find out people call me Nate at that point. I mean, he can't handle that. He's going to call the police over to be like, there's a guy with 3 names trying to fly right here. If you guys want to just shoot him from over there or something. So I was like, what do you want me to do? And he goes, you should go home. That's all I honestly said. I said, look, I'll give you that those names don't match. But what I think is going to help a ton is the picture on the ID. Something that I've always loved that they did. And I think with 70% of that name matching and 100% face, it's 170%. I think I'll get through it. They did a thing on 60 Minutes about, like, do you know you can buy a tiger here? Like, if you guys want to buy a tiger tonight, I could get you in touch with someone that does have tigers. I don't know if I can. It's you can buy a tiger here in the U.S. They did an undercover reporting on it, and my favorite part was they asked the guy that sells tigers. They were like, "So do you think it's too easy to buy a tiger in this country?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, it's way too easy." And you know what? That's why America's the best. All right. I didn't even know you could buy tigers. I would have been embarrassed to ask. And then I come and find out I don't really have to jump through hoops if I do want to buy a tiger. It's not an all-day thing. It's like an hour. I'll be right back with our tiger. And everybody wants to take away guns. You know, it's like we got to get everybody's guns. But then that makes me nervous because I think if you take away guns from people, those are the exact same people that will buy tigers. And that's a much bigger problem, all right? You're probably going to be like, look, here's your gun back. And they're like, no, I'm good, dude. My tiger is way better than my gun. My gun missed all the time. My tiger rarely misses. Even if he does miss, it's just for a second, you know? It's never, if the guy dodges, he's like, your dumb tiger missed. It's like, it did not. It is right behind you now. And, yeah, he's pissed about it. So...
On a sadder note of sorts, we had to put our dog down recently, and it's a tough thing to do. You know, nothing was wrong with her. I'm just really busy right now, and she was very sick. That was a joke. All right, that was a joke, and she would have loved that joke. So don't you worry about it. That's the type of humor she had. She was a rescue. It's not your labradoodle humor. All right, it's a little darker. I remember I would fall out of a bunk bed. I slept in a bunk bed. I was on the top bunk, and I would get over a railing and just fall 6 feet to the ground and just land. I mean, you don't catch yourself. It's just whatever hits first. all your body weight just lands on your head. I got a full-blown concussion. I'm crying. My parents are like, just go back to a deep sleep for 7 hours. I've had 3 concussions in my life, and none of them because of sports. Just living life, man, you know? Stuff happens to your head. What are you going to do? Annie was getting put down. She was a hunting dog, and she was terrible at it. And she was bred to be a hunting dog, and she was just like a misfit toy that just didn't do it. She got shot once, and that's because the guy, like, he would be like doing target practice, and then she'd just walk in front of the targets, and he would like hit her, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, what are you doing? She had no awareness about her, like the senses that dogs have. We had turkeys in our backyard once, and I let her out to go chase these turkeys. You know, retired hunting dog. Figured that's fun. And we have a very normal backyard. It's not Yellowstone Park. You can see all of it at all times. I like push her out, and she just pees and then comes back in the house. Never sees the turkeys. And I'm just looking at her like, you didn't feel anything? Like nothing was going? Like I sensed it as a human on the couch. I felt there was turkeys outside. You want to take just one lap around, see if